Greetings, everybody. I want to welcome you here to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. Here to do a one-off show. I've been doing a little bit more of them lately because I got more of a setup now and a little bit more time at periods of time. And so I've decided to do a episode on that live experience. Now, we haven't done one of these for a while, and the album I've chosen to do is this one, Styx. I think this is called Styx World Live. So let me check here because it's really small and it's writing on it. Yeah, Styx World Live from 2001. There you go. So in this particular version of Styx, you have, of course, JY and Tommy, which you can see right there at the front. JY, James Young, and Tommy Shaw. You've got Glenn Burtnick on bass and doing some rhythm guitar as well. You also have Lawrence Gowan coming in here for lead vocals and keyboards. Todd Zuckerman on drums, percussion. And I believe there's one other person. Oh yeah, and Chuck Panozzo, of course. How could I forget them? So Chuck on bass as well. So Glenn is kind of doing both, like doing bass and guitar, but Chuck is the main bass player here. So you've got basically 13 tracks on this album. Pretty solid album. I'll give you a little bit more information on it. So it was recorded, according to the list here, it was recorded, oh, I had it here. Oh, there it is. No, that's not it. Oh yeah, okay, now I see it. So it was recorded on Electronic Voodoo in Chicago, Illinois. In Tokyo, recordings at Koshi Namkin Hall, and that was on February 10th and 11th, 2000. Offenbach, Germany, recordings at Stad Hall, October the 27th, 2000. And then Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, recorded at the Shaw Center, February the 11th, 2001. So yeah, it was mastered by Dan Fouts at Coliseum Mastering in Chicago, Illinois, which is the hometown of Styx, of course. So so that was the recording areas. Now they did give a length here for the album as well. I remember seeing it. I'm just going to take a second here to find it. No, I guess maybe I was wrong. Could have swore I saw a length of the album somewhere. I did see it. I'm just not sure where I saw it here. Anyways, not an excessively long album, but definitely enough to do the 13 tracks that are on it, 13 tracks. Some good versions of some of the tracks, of course. Not as many of the classic kind of Styx songs that you'd think would be with this group of guys. You've got some of the stuff is pretty big, of course, but you have a lot of stuff that they don't normally do live. And there's a couple of tracks here that I was surprised to see. High Enough, there's a track you don't hear that much when they do it. Lorelei was on here, of course. That's one of the tracks you're always going to hear at a Styx concert if they're doing just a concert and not just doing a particular album or two, which they like to do as well. You've got Criminal Mind here, which is actually a Larry Gowan song, which was kind of interesting that they did that. Most groups don't take solo music from other bands and put it on their stuff, but they did that here. Pretty interesting. I like that song quite a bit too, so it was nice. Love is a Ritual. Yeah, it's not a song you hear much. Halfpenny, Two Penny. That's not a common song for them to do. They did do Sing for the Day, which is also a big, for me it's a big track, but for them I don't think they've ever done that in concert, at least up until that point. Snowblinds here, Sometimes Love Just Ain't Enough. Which is not even a Styx song either. That is a cover of a Don Henley song, I believe. It might be an Eagles song too, I'm not sure. And then you finish off with Crystal Ball, Miss America, and Come Sail Away, which are all fairly standard songs by them. But you don't get Renegade, you're not getting Blue Collar Man, you're not getting a lot of these stuff that you normally would see on But they did do a reasonably good version of these songs. It was different to hear them live. I've never been a huge fan of them live. I don't dislike them. I like some of the more modern stuff because there isn't really a lot of stuff out there from their heyday, like from the 70s, or maybe one or two. There's one video I can think of, but it's really hazy. It's the sound quality is not very good, but I mean, it was with them in their heyday, which was good. But you don't get that much stuff on the internet about them. So this was kind of the beginning of that Gowan era when he joins the band. So Dennis was recently out of the band here. So yeah, so it's not a bad album. There's a couple of really well done tracks here, but there's a lot of kind of stuff that you don't normally see from them, and I guess I wanted to see what that was like. Overall, I didn't find it to be too bad of an album. I thought it was pretty good. I didn't pay much for it, I don't think, but Styx is one of those bands in my group of 9 now that are not really a band that I look to for live stuff. There's a few bands like that in my group, but this one is probably the main one. Them and Black Sabbath, I don't really look for their stuff live, although I've seen Sabbath a couple of times, so it's maybe a little bit unfair to label them together. But anyways, so there you have it. This is Styx World Live. Not a bad thing. Tommy's got the short hair here as well, if you can see the picture. Yeah, so a little bit interesting. I think JY is a little bit more on the leadership part here than he's been at most times in Styx, so kind of taking over the reins here. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of that live experience featuring Styx and their Styx World Live album. Please let me know if you have, and put your comments in the comment section. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons and notification bells so you are around for the next video when it comes out. There will be one tonight called What's New. I'm going to be working on that now that I'm done this, and we will see you then. Take care and have yourself a good evening. Goodbye.